question is, and this was an easy one. So can you tell us about upcoming projects you'd like coming up? Would you like to tell us about? I know there's tons of things and whatnot.
Yes, so recently I just worked on part 2 of Charlize Theron, and I got to done over and I don't know if you guys saw the action scene. I'm actually really proud of. I got to do Charlie, I got to do all these cool wire flips and gags. Plus I got to work with Charlize, and she's one of the most kind-hearted, real people I've ever met. And she can make me look really good. So touching.
You can't hear the back. Well, we don't actually speak as loud. Can you guys hear us in the back?
I can hardly hear.
Oh, let's just come.
Because if you move this thing up, it's going to blow out our ears. If you fall, is to do what? They don't have it.
Yeah, because you can break your arm.
So here is the question I have for you.
Okay.
I've asked everyone I ever knew who did stunts, what is broken in you?
Oh, currently?
No, just broken in you that you can do that. Because you all don't know how hard that is. You think that's easy, but you try to fall down on purpose and tell me how hard is it for you to not stop yourself?
Yeah.
So what is it do you think that's broken in stunt people that they're able to do that? And I mean broken
Oh,
in
you
the
mean?
in your head.
I think it's just a fearless thing, and I think some people are born with it or not. Because when I was a kid, I remember being in like a tram, a moving tram at a like one of those like Great America or one of those theme park places, and it was going pretty fast. And I had my friend's hat off, and it flew off, and I felt bad that I lost his hat, so I literally jumped out of the moving tram while it was moving, and then rolled, and then to go get the hat. And people were like, "What is wrong with you? Why did you do that?" Like I was like, I don't know, I just needed to get it. And so that was the only way. I didn't even have a thought in my head of like being scared. But I feel like when you're a child, you kind of are a little more fearless. So that was part of it. And then just being like down to do anything. Like, oh, I'll do a front flip in heels at a club. Like I was just so daredevil. And so that's just like a mentality that you have. Now that I'm older, I'm a little more calculated, obviously, but you get in this mindset when you're on set, when you have to do something that is a little scary, like getting hit by a car or getting lit on fire. So you have to have like set, like this is what I need to do. These are the points that I need to be safe, and then let it go. And then hopefully you pray that you're going to be okay. But most of the time, I'm going to come out on top.
Yeah, absolutely. The burn ones always. I don't know if you know Kate Monterey played Jason. That burn was the goodest person for years and years and years. And so many things can go wrong. I'm always curious just what's wrong with you all that you're able to do that. And it always just cracks me up. I always want to know. So thank you for sharing that. Who wants our first question? Please raise your hand. All right. You've been waiting the longest. Not that you're not in on it, but I'm going to make you go second. Yes.
So, you are one of the stunts in over 200 different
Over 200?
of favorites.
I would have to say, honestly, two. I have two. Obviously, working on as Ahsoka with Ray Park on Clone Wars, that was probably one of the most memorable experiences because I got to choreograph the fight with Ray Park, which is kind of unheard of because you usually have a fight coordinator, a stunt coordinator that oversees everything. So it was really nice to have the option to have our creative voices in these roles, and then I got to work with Dave Filoni personally and like get his input on characters, on like the movement. So it was a really collaborative thing that I really enjoyed. And then the second one was working with Charlize, which you guys all know I had like the best time. Plus I was shooting in Italy, so I can't.
You absolutely cannot. I'm assuming the food didn't suck.
No, it did not suck.
Does Filoni wear the hat all the time?
I have not seen it without the hat.
You've never seen it without the hat. Does anybody know who Dave
Or a
Filoni is?
hat,
He basically
in general.
runs Star Wars for Kathleen Kennedy, and I'm just curious if you ever always got that hat on. Always. All right, sorry. All right, next question. Yes.
So, what did you want to be when you were a little girl growing up?
Oh, I wanted to do so many things. I wanted to be an actress, which in a way, this is kind of like acting. I would like be in my backyard and pretend all these role-playing characters. Like I just love being someone else and kind of pretending and having a fantasy. And then I also wanted to be a vet because I love animals. Yeah, then I don't know. I had no idea what a stunt person was when I was growing up because we didn't have social media back then, so no one knew what that was. So I only knew what actors were. So when I actually moved to LA, I actually pursued it for dancing because I was a Laker girl. I did jazz, tap ballet, the whole thing. I did acrobatics, martial arts, and then I just stumbled into stunts, and that's kind of how I got in. I literally fell into it.
So how did you fall into it, though? Can you elaborate a little bit more about that?
So I was a Laker girl, and I would do all the tumbling classes on the gymnasium, and then I was like, oh, I should take a gymnastics class. So I took an adult gymnastics class at the local college, and I met a bunch of stunt guys at an open gym class, and they're like, you should do stunts. And I'm like, what? Oh my god, I don't know what this is. And then they started training me how to fall, everything. And then I, little by little, would get jobs here and there, and then it somehow snowballed, knowing all these people, like any other industry, and then working pretty much full time. And I thought it would be I just thought it'd be a temporary thing. I didn't think it'd be lasting this long. But here I am, 21 years into the business, and I feel like I'm still going strong.
Yes, absolutely. Cool. All right, who has our next question? Yeah, go ahead. And you guys don't be shy. I know we got a YouTuber back here. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I know I've got a lot of friends that follow. Many of them are dancing and martial arts. And so I know that you're also multidisciplinary in different martial arts. So that with dance, what do you find is your anchor as far as when you're doing what you're doing? What do you fall back on as far as your skill set and serving the best?
Definitely having the knowledge of multiple martial arts is where you can pull from different things that you've learned along the way. It's like, oh, this is a creative way to take down a person in C-lock, and this is a way to disarm a gun or a stick or a knife in Filipino martial arts. And we do kicks all the time, so that help with the Taekwondo. So like each martial art discipline teaches you certain things, which helps you along the way with creating fights, doing fights, film. So I really thought that was one of the most helpful things, is just being well versed in multiple martial arts. But if I had to choose one to start with, I would probably start with Taekwondo, something more just like kicking and punching to get your basics down. And then you could elaborate after that, weapons.
How much does dancing and martial arts involve? Can you talk about that a little bit, about how they intertwine?
Yeah, I think there's something with dancers I noticed. They flow into the next movement really well versus like just being staccato and then just sharp movement and then not, there's no flow or dance to it. I think dancers have that rhythm and movement that fills it in.
Yeah. All right, who has our next question? Yes, absolutely.
Okay, two-part question here. What was the most dangerous or exciting stunt you've ever done? And has there been any stunts that you were just not willing to do?
Oh, wow.
The most dangerous stunt and the one that she's not been willing to do.
Probably the most dangerous is probably a car hit, I'd say. So I got asked to do a car hit for a Netflix movie called Secret Obsession. Brenda Strong was the lead. I was doubling her. And basically, it was rain. They wanted a rainy car hit. So they basically got they got rain towers, which are these like towers that they shoot off water, so it looks like raindrops. But then they wanted more rain, so they literally got fire hoses and they literally had the fire hoses going over the car as it drove about 15 to 20 miles towards me. And then I had to run out and then jump onto the hood. And then because it was so slippery, I was only supposed to hit the windshield and back, but I slipped up. The driver's like, oh no, she can't go over the top. We need to get her in. So he slowed down and then it hit me, which was supposed to happen. And then I tumbled onto the pavement, but I did like a whole flip over, so they thought I broke my neck. So that everyone was freaking out on set. They're like, oh my god, Lauren, do not move. And I'm like, okay, don't move. I'm not moving. They're like, can you feel anything? Do you know what just happened? I'm like, yeah, this happened. Blah, blah. They're like, oh, okay. And then I ended up being fine. But then they were freaking me out because I didn't realize how gnarly it was. And it took me a year to actually watch the footage.
Really?
Because I was like, oh my god. And then the whole weekend that it happened, I was sleeping in bed all weekend because I was so exhausted. I think from the stress, and then like I might have like blacked out slightly.
Well, maybe not a concussion, right?
No, they said I did get like a slight concussion,
Because I think that's the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing.
yeah,
Sleeping.
I know. But I was just so tired.
Get it.
Yeah.
But still, even after all that, you still don't put your hands down when you fall down. And that's what it's such a fascinating problem. Does that make sense? The psychology of it. Because there's the thing from Grindhouse, from Death Proof. Have you ever watched Kurt Russell plays this kind of person? Like if you're willing to throw yourself down a flight of stairs, there's somebody in Hollywood willing to pay you for that.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Did we answer both of your questions?
Oh, and then would I not? Okay, so the second part of that question is maybe I wouldn't do that again. Yeah. I mean, I think I literally had PTSD for a while from like walking across the street, and if a car was coming fast towards me, I was just like, oh, is it going to stop? Because it was just
years for you to go back and watch it.
It took me 1 year to watch the actual final cut of it. Because I had the footage on my phone from the day they shot it, and then I just couldn't watch it. I don't know why. Yeah.
I completely understand it. If I got hit by a car, I wouldn't want to see it again either.
Yeah. Plus, I'm really empathetic, and I can't even watch fail videos, which is ironic, probably, right? Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's a little bit. It's like more people who don't want to watch the real thing, right? Yeah, you know what I mean? Right. There's like blood and guts, but don't want to watch the real thing.
Right, yeah.
All right. Who's our next? Who's got our next question?
We have another remote question.
Please.
This is from Whitney, my daughter. But she said there's a lot of women now you're starting to see in the stunt world that are coming out. But she wants to know, have you ever felt underestimated or boxed in because of your gender? And if so, how did you kick down that door?
It is. That's a really good question, Liddy. Yes, absolutely. Especially like 20 years ago. You know, women were definitely not as we are now. We weren't leading ladies as much. We were always like the wife, or not as much in the front line. But the last 5 to 10 years, I noticed a big change and a shift for women power, women empowerment. So yeah, it was harder to find roles, and sometimes inequality in pay. Some lead men would get of a certain race would get more pay than women, even though we were doing the same work, if not more me, because I would be doubling multiple people or whatever. But yeah, it's definitely an inequality, and it is getting better, which I do notice. But women are now coming up to be stunt coordinators, fight coordinators, leading ladies. So I think it's been such a big shift. So it's little by little. It will.
Did you find it was something that you did that you had to do yourself to say no, I can do this, or did you just see the industry just evolving to the point where you're just able to step into those roles?
I think confidence helped me to open my voice more. And that's what I still have a hard time figuring out where my voice is sometimes, especially if I'm just doubling. But I feel like I have more confidence now, and be like, no, we should do this, and I don't feel safe doing this, we should do this, pad this, blah, blah. So I think it is important to have confidence and to use your voice. If you have a good idea, just say it. If you think something's unsafe, do it. And then, there's ways for you to empower yourself, like shooting your own content, which I did because I was like, how come I'm not, the lead of this fight or whatever. So I would shoot my own content, and that would help people see me in a different light. Like, oh, she can do it on her own. And so that was really empowering for me to do that. And I shot my own short films. It's fun and creative. So I think all women should do that if they have the passion for it.
Here's a question I get a lot, and it's not, I'm going to phrase it differently. I always get, who's the most famous person that you ever interviewed, right? And I always say, well, it's so subjective, because who I'm excited about is not necessarily who other people get excited about. I'm curious, though, where or who made you starstruck? Because we all have something.
Yeah,
no matter what, no matter how many people you do this, no matter the time, sometimes you just go behind and go,
okay, so I obviously meet actors a lot, so I don't get too starstruck. But I'm a big Formula One fan. I don't know if anyone's a racing fan, But I got to go to the Formula One Vegas like 2 years ago, and I met Charles Leclerc, and I always thought he was good looking. So I met him, and I got to take a picture with him, and I was like, I can't believe I just met him. And then I saw Lewis Hamilton and like George Russell and Yuki Tsunoda, Daniel Ricciardo, like all these big drivers. So I'm a big racing fan. So yeah, those are who I get excited because I literally follow all of them on Instagram.
Yeah, absolutely. I was wondering if there's one we would all have those people, right? Sometimes just very deep. All right, who has our next question? Yes. And then I'll come right back over to you.
I have to ask this question for my mom and my sister, but you were in, I don't know if you remember this, 2 episodes of Grey's Anatomy. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, one of them I got to double Ellen Pompeo, and she was somewhere in the hospital, and then something exploded, and so I had to get ratchet gag, which is basically a wire gag, where they pull you with like PSI, like some pressure system. They like shoot you back, and then I hit the floor and slide back. So it was my first time, and then the second time, honestly, I can't remember the second time I was on it. I think I was doubling someone as well. I don't remember the gag. That gag was one of my first jobs. The wire exploded. Yeah.
It has to hurt. I know it still has to hurt.
That one hurt.
Body shift. Yeah.
And there's a trick to that. Like when you fall, they always say tuck your chin so the back of your head doesn't hit the ground or the wall or whatever. And so sometimes if your neck's not strong enough, the force of the fall will still rock you back. So I think I hit my head on that. The pavement.
All right, next question.
What's your dream Marvel like stunt role? Who would you like to stunt double for, and how hard is it to keep a secret when you
Yeah, that's true.
when you're
Marvel stuff.
Well, on Iron Fist, I actually wanted to double Colleen Wing really badly, but I didn't get the job because it was too short. But Marvel character, man, that's a tough one because there's so many amazing, strong women in Marvel. Right now, I double Miss Marvel, and we're hoping she'll be in Avengers one day. So I'm hoping I would love to work on an Avengers movie with her, with Iman Vellani, who plays Miss Marvel. But yeah, she actually has the same capability as Captain Marvel. They have the same energy source or something like that, where hers comes from the bracelet.
she's also a mutant.
Yeah, X-Men, yeah.
How hard is it to keep, like, when you sign a contract where you have to keep it for a year? Like,
How hard is it?
yeah.
I mean, I just don't do interviews like this about it. That's about it.
Oh,
It's not too
okay,
bad.
yeah.
You get used to it.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, who has our next question? We got, yeah, absolutely.
Sure. Hate to bring it back to Star Wars, but that's just kind of where I know
Yeah.
you from. It was first time information. I didn't know you coordinated the fight with Ray Park. That's so awesome. Really cool scene. I mean, I was like, when watching it, but when you were coordinating that fight with him and kind of picking the moves out, is there a certain martial art or like dance form that you seem to want to draw from more for the character? I mean, seamless way you brought the character to life really well. So I was just curious if you had like I used this more.
Yeah, that's a great question because Dave Filoni actually wanted someone who had some Kali experience. So they found me, and so I took in mind of doing some Kali play with it, and I watched some of the cartoons to see what kind of movement she did. So that helped a lot too. But yeah, but the dancing always is in my blood, so I think like the knee spin was something that I added that's probably dance like, yeah.
All right, we've got time for maybe about 2 or 3 more questions. Yes.
Favorite Clone Wars episode, aside from that one?
Not kidding. I really love it.
Oh, I always remind people that it's like nothing against, but it's a job. Like, what did you do 4 years ago on Thursday on your job, right? It's hard to remember all that. You don't remember everything you've done.
Definitely not. I used to when I was younger.
But,
Now,
I mean, it just adds up. And once
It
you've
adds
got past 200, it's
I didn't even know that was how many I had either.
It's a lot.
201 next
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, we'll get to you in 1 second. All right, yeah, go ahead.
My name is Justin. I'm a gamer, pro gamer of Star Wars, Avengers, and the thing about the Avengers is I like all the people, the characters that are really cool. I and I really like all kinds of games. I play Fortnite, The Avengers, and Call of Duty.
What's your question though?
So what y'all do?
Oh, I don't do anything. I'm like the lamest person who ever met. She's interesting though.
Yeah, I do a lot of the motion capture for different video games like The Last of Us, Mortal Kombat, Injustice 2, Shadow of Mordor, like yeah.
So one of the questions, though, that's an interesting point that I find that actors, they often say that as far as when you're doing motion capture, the thing they miss the most is the costume.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, I mean,
It helps you become the character when you're in costume, but when you're in the dots, it's a little bit.
you have to imagine everything. Everything. Your environment, the people around. Sometimes they don't even have the other actors there.
Right.
So you're just acting like nothing, or like something that's supposed to be that person, or a dog, or something. So yeah.
All right, we got time for 2 more questions. Yeah.
So Mike from Louisville. Okay. He said, in both Daredevil and Mandalorian, you work with a variety of weapons, blades, staff guns, lightsabers. Is there one you feel most connected to? The one that feels like an extension of you rather than a prop?
I love double sword, kind of like Ahsoka. I just love double weapons and wielding, and doing one thing with one hand while the other one's doing something else. And I learned in martial arts and Filipino martial arts that when you use 2-hand weapons, it actually uses both hemispheres of your brain at the same time. Yeah.
All right. Who wants our last question? We got anybody?
We have another one.
Well, okay. Let's go ahead and do that.
Okay. So this one just kind of ties it all up, I guess. It's if you could choreograph a dream fight scene, any character, any setting, any weapon, what would you like, and who would your opponent be?
Oh my god. I don't know, I think it would be Ray Park. Because it was so fun like working with him. He has such good energy. Like it's nonstop energy and it's contagious. I mean he is like 100%. Even when we were on set warming up, he was just full out. Like I was like, oh my god, save your energy, but it's like endless. He's like he has any gear down there. So yeah, I would probably work with him again. Maybe like a rematch. It's so good. I mean, my goal or dream would actually be play my own character in Ahsoka, but I mean, yeah, why wouldn't you? I want to play like a Jedi or like, I don't know,
Or a
someone.
bad guy. It doesn't matter.
Anyone. I would play anyone.
Have you thought about getting in front? Because you have the Cali Diaries that you do on.
Yes,
Have you,
yeah.
Where you do a lot of that producing and creativity. Do you see yourself getting in front of the camera as opposed to?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to. Yeah, that's a dream.
All right. Anybody got one last question? If not, if you didn't, yes. Last question.
Do you want to play Star Wars as a character? I play as Darth Vader. And I'm one of the biggest guys that ever took down those other people. And it was very, very hard.
Okay. What's your question?
So with me, I play a lot of games, like different ones that I can get my mind off other stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what I do.
Okay, cool. Well, what do you do to relax? That will be our last question.
Oh man.
Other than escape room.
Oh, okay, I'm a big escape room fan, so if anyone wants to go with me today.
Do not say that out loud.
Yes, I need people to go. But yeah, I'm a huge escape room fan, and I love Formula One, and I love watching movies, and I have 2 cats that I'm obsessed with.
What are the name of the cats?
Max and Mia.
Mine are Pickles and Ash. And with that, thank you all so much. We appreciate it. Give it up for Lauren Mary Smith. She's going to be at her table.